Good morning, boys and girls. I know we have had a crazy start to the week, but we are here. It is Friday, and this is your last lesson before your test on Tuesday. Monday will be your review, and Tuesday will be your test. So let's go ahead and jump right in. Today, we are starting metric conversions, which in my opinion is actually one of the easiest conversions that we have learned this whole chapter. I just want to remind you that these notes are uploaded, so go ahead and print them off or copy them down on a piece of paper so that you can have them for your test, because your test is open note. Use any notes that you have taken this chapter to help you on this test. I don't expect you to have everything memorized because we have learned a lot in this chapter, okay? So the trick to remembering the metric conversions is this silly little saying, King Henry died unexpectedly drinking chocolate milk. Say that with me. King Henry died unexpectedly drinking chocolate milk. Here's what those stand for. The K in king stands for kilo, H, hecto, D, deca. Unexpectedly, we use that U actually to represent units because you can use either meter, liter, or gram. For example, you can have a kilometer, a kiloliter, or a kilogram. Okay, so the unexpectedly, the U is unit. Drinking is deci, chocolate is centi, and milk is milli. So King Henry died unexpectedly drinking chocolate milk. Use the first letter in each of those words to remember kilo, hecto, deca, unit, deci, centi, milli. And the three units that we can use are meter, liter, and gram. So you can see them filled in our chart, just like we were saying. King Henry died unexpectedly drinking chocolate milk. You start at kilo and you go all the way to milli. That's cute, funny little saying, just helps you remember the order of the metric system, okay? And like I said, your units are meter, liter, and gram. Here's what that means. If you have a kilometer, a kilometer, right? You can abbreviate it km. If you have a kiloliter or a kiloliter, you have KL. A kilogram or a kilogram is kg. You are going to convert those all the same way because you're starting at kilo and moving to your base unit. So the conversion is going to be the same, but what you are converting is different. So we're going to do 3 practice problems together, and then you will have a couple to try it out on your own on Wiser, like always. So this one's a little different because if you see on our chart, when you move to the right, you are actually multiplying by 10. And when you move to the left, you are dividing by 10. So kilo to hecto, you multiply by 10. Hecto to kilo, you divide by 10. Okay, so now that we have this, you have it written down, you have it in your memory, we are going to practice it. We have 345, goodness guys, I'm so sorry, milligrams, okay, milligrams, 345 milligrams. So I'm going to put my finger on milli because that is the first letter, right? And I'm going to CG. Well, the C is going to be centi, right? So I'm going from milligrams to centigrams. So from milligrams to centigrams, it says that I divide by 10. The cool thing, and the reason I think this is one of our easiest lessons, is because we have these whole numbers. We know that any whole number, the decimal is always at the end of your number. Guys, when you divide by 10, you move the decimal to the left. And when you multiply by 10, you move the decimal to the right. So from milligrams to centigrams, I move one time. You literally just follow that arrow. I move one time to the left. So guess what you have to do with that decimal? Move it one time to the left. And you just divided by 10. You know that your answer is 34.5. That's all you have to do, right? So let's look at that second one. 542 milligrams to how many decigrams? Okay, well, we have our decimal at the end, and from milligrams to decigrams, I move 1, 2 times. So which way do I move my decimal? To the left, because I'm dividing, right? That's which way the arrows point. And how many times do I move it? Twice. 1, 2. So my answer is 5 0.42. Something I want to mention before I forget, the way that I knew that DG was decigrams is deca is actually abbreviated as DA. So if you had decagrams, it would be DAG rather than just DG. So make sure you note that somewhere on your paper so you can remember for your test. We've got one more we're going to do together. We have 226 milligrams and we are moving to kilograms. Whoa, that's a lot. So let's see how many times we have to move. Well, first we know we're moving to the left. So our decimal will move to the left. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 times. Goodness, let's move that decimal 6 times. 1, 2, 3. When you run out of spaces, remember a 0 goes in every empty space. 4, 5, 6. My decimal is here and I add 1, 2, 3 zeros. So my answer, it's going to be hard for me to write, is 0.000226. So remember, if you're moving to the left, you are dividing, which means you move the decimal to the left. If you're moving to the right on your chart, you're multiplying, which means you move the decimal to the right. So if we were going from kilograms to hectograms, and I had 42 kilograms, and I wanted to know how many hectograms that was, my decimal's at the end. I would move it to the right once. That would put me at 420. So remember, you're just moving that decimal either to the left or to the right. Make sure you have this chart written down to help you, and these will be the tried out problems that you will see on your assignment. Let me know if you have any questions, and I'll see you Monday for our review.